Win-win agreements, an explanation. Win-win agreements are a key principle of Stephen R. Covey's world-famous book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. They enable you to communicate effectively and assertively with those around you in a way that is productive and synergistic. Before we start, we need to understand what happens when you order or tell someone to do something. We would call this a win-don't-care approach. At best, this results in the other person carrying out their task reluctantly, and at worst going out of their way to avoid completing it altogether. A win-don't-care style may achieve rapid results in the short term, especially if you are an aggressive manager, but in the long term it leads to terrible results and a significant loss of output, which is, of course, a lose-lose outcome. Alternatively, what happens when you want to communicate or achieve something but don't because of fear of negative consequences? This self-sabotaging state prevents positive results and affects self-esteem, leading to negative physical and emotional results. Another lose-lose outcome. All animals are programmed to adopt a fight or flight response in reaction to stress or danger. In humans, this is often stimulated when there is a need for deep, meaningful communication, especially in difficult circumstances. The fight response is often demonstrated as aggression and flight as submission. The win-win process is designed to help you rise above your animal instincts of fight or flight and unlock your unique human capability to find positive solutions for any situation. Yes, any. Covey refers to these as third alternatives. You may laugh when we say any situation, but if you use the win-win process and you can't get a positive synergistic outcome, the only alternative result is called no deal, where you agree to disagree agreeably and agree to take certain actions, stop fighting, go away and reconsider, until you can come back and work together to try and find a win-win outcome again. This can often happen when the person you are dealing with won't or can't allow a win-win scenario to succeed first time. They may be aggressive, valuing their win only when the other party experiences a loss. Conversely, they may be submissive, unable to get involved and work with you because they're too frightened. The no-deal outcome is still an effective response and can be achieved through 4 simple steps. 1. Communicate with the other party. Tell them that you want to arrive at a win-win outcome with them, but 2. That the situation is currently preventing that. 3. Suggest that neither of you take negotiations further at the moment, but that 4. You should both continue to think about it and revisit the issues at a future date that is agreed now. This is not a compromise or a lose, it is a strong win-win stance, even when the other party won't let you get a true win-win outcome. Effective communication is essential for achieving meaningful relationships, without which win-win outcomes cannot be achieved. Covey's book discusses the concept of an emotional bank account, the idea that the more you build relationships with others, the more you will be able to achieve for yourself. It is similar to the banking principle that the more collateral you have with a bank, the more they are willing to lend to you to help you buy other things. Common sense. So you need to make substantial deposits in the other person's relationship bank account first by listening, understanding, reflecting, and genuinely valuing them. Then you can work constructively with them for a win-win outcome second. The ability to achieve win-win agreements is the most effective professional skill you can develop in order to ensure long-term success in both your personal and business relationships. So how can the win-win agreement be achieved? Here are the rules. 1. Be proactive. Make sure that you take ownership of the process. Just because you want to achieve a win-win outcome doesn't mean that the other party is equally engaged. You need to accept this and still work towards achieving a win-win result in every circumstance. 2. Begin with the end in mind. Ensure that you clearly understand what matters to you. What are the ultimate aims for you and your organization? Do not be misled by your fight or flight instincts into striving for a short-term win at the expense of the long-term achievement of your personal goals and values, your team's effectiveness, and your organization's longevity and profitability. 3. Put first things first. Before going into a win-win meeting, you need to make sure that you are prepared and that you have carried out robust research in order to better understand the other party. What is their background and what are their ultimate aims in this process? Of equal importance is the need to get your own house in order. You cannot achieve a win-win agreement when the other party sees you as disorganized and unreliable. 4. Think win-win. Before you go into any meeting or put anything in writing, ensure that you have got yourself into the correct mindset first. Review your research notes, values and aims, and make sure you know what your real win-win outcome would be. Having the right mindset ensures that you enter the process genuinely wanting the other person to achieve a win too. This ensures that you can proactively and positively work with the other party to help them achieve their desired result as well as yours. By working with courage and focus, both parties can achieve their desired results. The win-win mindset also requires the ability to recognize that the end goal may change for both parties. Be prepared to alter, change, develop and progress as a team, working constructively with the other party rather than as two individuals with different agendas. Note all this down under intent and desired results in your win-win written agreement. 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Set out your intent and desired results before the meeting and ask them for their input beforehand, and then make sure that you both listen to the other party without judgment. Use empathic listening, reflect, clarify, use short open questions and take notes. Learn about them, their guidelines, their resources and their desired results. Your dealings with the other party should be conducted at all times with empathy and love. This is a circular process, and by using empathic listening, you can work round and round the issues until the other party has established their position and has reciprocated by asking for your input. Effective wording you can use to set off the process could be, "Would you be willing to talk this over until we can reach a solution we are both happy with?" Followed by, "Let me listen to you first." 6. Synergize. Work on open questions and on putting prototypes and countertypes together. Keep referring back to the intent and desired results of both parties while working round and round the issues in question. Finally, as the meeting draws towards a close, ensure that you have both clarified the resources, accountability and consequences required, and that you haven't finished before these are clearly agreed between you. 7. Sharpen the saw. Keep working on this relationship and keep developing and improving as an individual. Keep the accountability alive. Keep focusing on the consequences. Keep being proactive and keep driving forward the intent and desired results. This will build both the relationship and yourself professionally, enabling you to achieve a win-win outcome as well as enabling you to become a more skilled individual and a much better leader. Conclusion. Use this information to successfully achieve win-win outcomes, getting fantastic results out of any situation and finding third alternatives for the benefit of everyone. During and after the process, share notes, agreements and plans using the win-win format. Intent, desired results, guidelines, resources, accountability and consequences. I hope you've enjoyed this short instruction. If you would like further information or coaching on any of these ideas, please contact us at www.salesthroughservice.com or support@salesthroughservice.com. This is authored by Guy Arnold and of course inspired by the great Dr. Stephen Covey.